Assalamualaikum. I'm Anis Ainur Fatin. I'm from BA24248. Today I will talk about current issues of Islamic contract in Malaysia.
Islamic finance, often known as Islamic banking, is a method of financing that operates in accordance with Sharia or Islamic law. It is used to steer growth in the Islamic economy. Some terminology used in Islamic banking include mudarabah, wadi'ah, murabahah, and ijarah. In Islamic banking, mudarabah refers to the profit sharing and loss sharing terms, whereas wadi'ah refers to the loss bearing term for safekeeping. Murabahah is the cost plus, which is the profit margin on sales. Finally, ijarah refers to a contract in which the user agrees to pay the owner of an asset such as a home or automobile. Islamic banking is based on the precept of Islam as they apply to business operations. Islamic banking concepts are taken from the Quran, Islam's core holy source. All transactions in Islamic banking must be in accordance with Sharia, Islam's legal system. Based on the Journal of Home Financing through the Musyarakah Mutanakisah contracts, the researchers see similarity between Al-Wabit Haman Ajil and the Musyarakah Mutanakisah partnership contracts. For long-term contracts, the BBA, a Murabahah contract, was deemed to be troublesome and even un-Islamic. The MPP contract, which is a hybrid of musyarakah and ijarah, was suggested to be more desirable option. In the MMP, the financer's equity drops significantly while the customer's equity develops in synchrony. Unlike the BBA contract, academics have reached an agreement on the Sharia permissibility of the MMP contract. BBA is an overdue payment sale, which functions similarity to a Murabahah contract but with payment provided on a deferred payment basis. BBA is also known as a Bay al-Mu'ajjal in Pakistan or Bay Mu'azzal in other countries, such as Bangladesh. Even though BBA contract is known by many other names, it is functioned in the same way as a sale contract, with delayed payment and pre-agreed payment periods. The contract stated sale price for the asset includes the profit. Land, building, machinery, and equipment are common assets for such contracts. BBA is one of the most common Islamic financing system in Malaysia, and it may be thought of as a finance leasing alternative. Customers utilize it to acquire assets of significant worth in installment, from which they may earn future cash flows. In this arrangement, the client receives the asset and is obligated to make payment in installment throughout the agreed-upon term. The consumer who purchases the asset must pay the profit to the financial institution that arranges the product. Scholars have observed that undue ambiguity (gharar) must be avoided in the contract's formulation. As a result of an asset having physical presence and being recognized by the client, the dangers of gharar are reduced. However, if the sale or purchase agreement is for a property that has yet to be built, it may raise questions about the validity of BBA because the conclusion of such arrangement is unpredictable. Since 1983, practically all Malaysian financial institutions have used the BBA idea. Musyarakah Mutanakisah, often known as diminishing musyarakah, is a new kind of musyarakah established by current researchers and not present in older fiqh works. However, it has gained popularity among Islamic banks and financial institutions and is utilized for a variety of reasons, most notably housing and vehicle finance. It is a mix of three Sharia contracts: musyarakah, ijarah, and sale. Musyarakah Mutanakisah is a partnership agreement made between two people in which one partner progressively purchases the entire property. This transaction begins with the establishment of a partnership, followed by the buying and selling of shares between both the partners. As a result, this purchasing and selling are not included in the partnership arrangement.
Furthermore, the purchasing and selling agreement should be separate from the partnership deal. It is not authorized to engage into one contract as a requirement for finalizing the other. To simplify this concept, the consumer and financial institution jointly own property or a vehicle. These are the following practical steps of musyarakah mutanakisah. First is joint ownership of the property. The consumer recognizes the belongings and contact the bank for financing during the first step. To purchase the property, the consumer and the Islamic bank enter into a joint ownership arrangement. The first down payment made by the consumer is considered his contribution to the musyarakah progress, as is the financing provided by the bank. Second is leasing. The Islamic bank rents his shares in the property or residence to the client in the second phase of this arrangement. The lenders charge the consumer rent on his share in the house. A partner may lease his undivided portion of a property to another partner. And the last one is sale. During the leasing time, the consumer purchases the bank's shares. The consumer eventually acquires the bank's share based on agreed upon time intervals. The consumer becomes the sole owner of the property during the financing period. In a nutshell, in order to preserve the integrity of the Islamic banking and financial system, authorities must devise remedies. Bankers should receive training, attend seminars, and attend workshops to improve their expertise. Expertise and knowledge of Sharia and finance are essential for the industry to function properly, rather than confusing or discussing conventional banks as Islamic banks. Islamic banks should be confident and optimistic about the global development of the Islamic financial industry. That's all from me. Thank you.